Okay, we're all set to go.
Yes, let's go.
We'll ignore that one.
Yeah.
What we're going to talk about today is the types of styling, how you go about doing it. Then we'll actually go ahead and do all of these things. So it's going to be fun. All right. So it's the art of using changes in the appearance of things to indicate the differences between items to the viewers. Yeah. So it's used to highlight the differences between features in the same layer or differences between layers. And as I usually represent to you, there's a good article in the knowledge base and the video. So, but the video is quite a long one, be warned. It's about 45 minutes.
Okay.
But worth pursuing. All right. So a single style means that all features within a map layer will look the same. Class-based means that they'll look different based upon changes between them. So the classic example is, for instance, you can use highlights, colors to highlight the differences between grit bins, depending on how full they are. Planning applications is a classic one. They're one color if they're awaiting a decision, another green if they've been approved, red if they've been rejected, and sort of yellowish if they're under appeal or something. And there's a great deal of flexibility in how you show your differences, your styling. So the only styling you're allowed to do is in your own parish layers, which is reasonable, I guess. What you can do depends on the geometry. So it's unsurprisingly, you can't change the pattern on points because points are points. Yeah. But you can replace the point with an icon. Yeah. In line geometry, you get arrows, but again, no strokes because you're not getting any much width. Unsurprisingly, polygons don't have arrows. Right. So to get into style, you choose the layer that you want to be working in here, and then just right-click anywhere in it. Up comes the mini menu, and you select style. What I've done is I've done this in my test polygon layer so that we've got something on which to work. So click on style. And we've got 4 columns. I pointed out to you yesterday, the right-hand column is really useful because it shows you what you're going to be doing once you press the save button. Left-hand column is where you do style options and particularly labels in terms of turning labels on or off. And then the second column is all about how you actually shape those labels. The third column changes depending on what we're working on, but at the moment it just gives you the opportunity to make changes to the lines. And we're going to start in the left-hand column. So the first item is the choice between single or class-based. Leave it at single for the moment, and then we'll come back and change it to class-based later. So the second field class column depends upon the first one, so you ignore that. Label column is very straightforward. You're just going to drop down and say, so which column do you want to use as the label? And if you don't use labels, just ignore it. And then the other options down below, we'll talk about when we start using labels. So next field, we're going to drop on the label column. So it tells you what columns do you wish to use as the label, and usually it's something sensible like name, because you want everything to appear properly. So we select name. Then the second column says, okay, now you've got a name. What do you want to do in terms of size and shape? So you get some default figures to start with, and then you can go ahead and change these later. So we're going to select name. The second column comes alive, which we just grayed out before. You notice, but once you've made the selection, you're going to do labels. It all works. I said I'd explain these later. So the system.
Can you just go back over name, because on my other computer, I brought mine up and I've used public seating.
Right.
I've left single rather than class-based. Class column, I can't pull anything up there, and I'm going to use that name.
You can only use class column when you've got the first box changed from single to class.
Okay, so if I do that now, I should get name come up then in.
No. Your label column is the one we're going to do. We're playing with labels at the moment.
Okay.
So in the label column, you should just click on the little down arrow, and it should come up with whatever columns are available in the layer you're working in.
Right.
So does it come live?
No. No. I'm on the little icon to the right of the word labels.
Yes.
Nothing.
Oh, well, hang on a second. We're working in the first column.
Okay.
Phil.
Style options. Yeah.
Yes. And then the third field down says label column.
All right. Yeah.
And in there, you should be able to click on the little down arrow and it'll give you options of what do you want to make the label column.
Right.
Does it do that?
It does. And it's got one down, which is called metal seat. I also want the wooden seat as well. So.
Yes, but that's, okay, I think we're getting confused here between, the metal seat is a type. If you want a layer for metal seats and a layer for wooden seats.
Okay.
Or no, question mark. That was my question to you.
Well, I was trying to put them all on one.
Yes, I think you should. So that sounds like what you've got there is a style or a state. I tell you what, let me just let you share the screen, and you can explain to me what you're doing.
Well, you carry on. I'll come back to that because I need to upload it on the same machine. I'm running two machines here.
Yes, okay. We've been here before.
But you carry on.
All right. Just going back to my share. All right. So when you select that you are going to use labels, then Parish Online says the labels will only come into effect at a certain zoom, meaning you don't want labels on when you're looking at the whole county, and you don't want labels on when they take up so much space you can't see anything else. So Parish Online itself will set the levels at which the labels turn on and off, but you do have a choice of overriding that. And that's what these two boxes on the bottom of the style options column have. So you can go label minimum scale when you want it to turn on and maximum scale when you want to turn off. Okay.
Yeah.
And similarly, if you're using labels in crowded situations, you can displace them to one side or the bottom or wherever. You get choices when you when you select that, and you can force labels again when the system thinks that there isn't space to show a label. If you think it's essential the label is there, then you force it on. Okay. So moving on to the next screen.
Red book, please. Yeah. Okay. You get the red book. Right. Are you still there?
Yep.
Okay. Just come back. Yes. Carry on.
So if you look at the left column now, I say that we're going to use the name column as the label.
Yeah.
To make sure that it comes on at 1 in 400 and it comes off at 1 in 5,000.
Yeah.
Then in the middle, the second column, the one called labels. For the exercise of this training session, Phil, I make really dramatic and silly changes so that you can see them. So the text size as a default is 12. So I've warped it up to 44 so you can see it.
So yeah, okay.
And the halo color is normally off, but I put it on a nice bright yellow. And the halo size is normally 2. I've warped that up to 18 so that you can really see it. And when you take a look at the preview on the right-hand column now, you can see I've really gone large letters, large halo. And then the third column, you have the choice of what color would you like to use, and you just click on that color to change it, and how opaque you want it. And ditto for the pattern, I said I want a vertical line and I want the purple vertical lines.
Yeah.
And then the third section there in that third line, I said I want the outside line around the perimeter of whatever the label is to be thick and black. Okay. And you have the choice of making it dashed or undashed, and whether how large the gap is between dashes.
Yeah.
So
very, very comprehensive.
Huge amounts of variety, yes. Yeah. So when you're ready, you can click on save, and now you can see what the impact was on my diagram. So we've added a colossal label, a colossal halo, and rather vicious colors, but I just do it for effect. so that you can say, see what the impact is when you make these changes. All right, so we've done the single style type, which is all you can do is change the labels basically on a single style. Now we're going to look at class-based, which is where it gets much more interesting. So on the class-based one, we go into that left-hand column and change the single to read class-based.
Yes. And
then it says, fine. What do you want your class-based column to be? So this second one comes up, you have a drop-down list, and you select, we're going to select name. All right. Now, when you've done that, this row here changes slightly. And yes, I've changed it to, sorry, this is what you see when you get the name here. Just to show you how it changes, I'm now going to change the class column here to status. Okay. And you'll notice that when we now change status, we've got completely different answers here.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And basically what it's doing is reading all the features in that column. We remember you'll recognize not yet started, under construction, finished. And here you can give a color code for which one. So I've said not yet started is going to be red, under construction will be green, finished will be purple.
Okay. So those three categories there, not yet started, under construction, finished, are they
the system has read your layer.
Okay.
And if you recall, we put those three into each record on our layer.
So whichever layer you've got, that's where you put your status.
Well, you don't need to do anything. It'll be done for you. So this column on the third column here on the page is automatically filled out for you by the database.
Okay.
So it'll depend on what you've got. So when we set up the layer that we're working on, the polygons, we said there will be in the status field, there will be three choices: not yet started, under construction, and finished. And now we're just setting the color according to the status of it. And if we go back, which we'll do in a second, we'll see the difference it makes. So there's a note here. I say, if you're using labels in class styles, you need to click on this icon when you finish, just before you save.
Yes.
The features get copied to all of the labels in your system. So let me just go ahead and show you what will happen when we get there. So we'll do that when you start playing. So that was class style. That was polygon geometry. What we're going to do now is look at point layers, just so you can get a chance of recognizing icons and how we use icons. So I've switched here from my polygon layer to my point layer, and now I'm switching into style in the point layer. And here it comes up and says, you have the choice, this being a point layer, you can either use symbols for your points, which are just this little point you have here. Or you can click on that and change it to read icon. When you change it to read icon, then the layer here changes, and you can choose whatever you like. And what I do is say, click on there. Okay, so we'll do that. And up will pop in due course all these icons. Now, the first time you do this, certainly it'll be a blank page to start with, and then gradually the stuff will come down from the cloud and it'll fill all out. But don't be surprised when you first click on it and nothing happens. It takes a while. There are hundreds of icons to choose from, so this box is scrollable from left to right and up and down. And you choose whichever one you want. Now, there is a search box here. And once you're familiar with the sorts of names we've called these things, you can say, I want a steam train. And you type that in here and it'll go off and find a steam train for you.
All right.
But you need to get familiar with what the system has called these icons. As you sort of scroll through, you'll see each one is given a name, and you can get the hang of that, because that's what it searches on. It searches on the name, the Parish Online had given to it, which is not necessarily what you or I would have said. So just for today's example, I'm going to choose helicopter. All right, so you'll see in the preview, it's shown that our point has changed from a little tiny circle to a great big helicopter. And now we're going to save it, and we'll show you what it looks like. So we used to have a single point here on my point layer, and it's now changed that point to the icon that you asked for.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've now changed over here to class-based, so you can get a feel for more icons. And we're going to make the class column based on status, which is, you're used to seeing these, not yet started, under construction, finished. And then I've gone a bit wild on the colors, and I've gone wild with the icons. So you'd automatically assume that a picture of a low-hanging helicopter means that your project has not yet started. You'd also automatically assume that a picture of a campsite would be meaning it's under construction, and the icon of a bridge means that it's finished. So that's the way we set it up. Now, if you save it, this is what it looks like on the screen. So I've now got three. So you see that we get a label. The caravan represents it's under construction. The helicopter means it's not yet started, and the bridge means it hasn't even finished yet. So
technically I could change the color of the finished one if I wanted to as well in style.
Yes, of course, absolutely. Yes. And we're going to play with this at the end, Phil. So what I'm doing is just explaining it to you now. So in symbols, it defaults to giving you this little baby circle, a point, but you can use squares, triangles, diamonds, or crosses if you wish.
All right.
You switch symbol to icons, you then got hundreds of icons available, many of which are the same icon, but just in a different color. And when you change the text in the left-hand column, the feature will change automatically. So you don't need to do anything, it's all done for you. And then, as I say, once you're roughly familiar with the names of icons, you can use the search. It's not instant if you have a fairly slow connection, but if you're in good shape, then it's much faster than scrolling through. All right. It's much more fun to go interactive now, actually doing it. So what we've done basically is just the rough principles. What you need to do is to do some practice to make it all make sense. So you're going to use one of your live layers. I'm sorry, one of your test layers will be better, I think. So my suggestion to you on your Parish Online system is to do like I do, go wild in your choices of sizes and colors and things, just so you can see the impact. Start with a simple single one. No, we're not doing class-based, yes, we're just doing single-based. And you're going to select a layer or one of your test layers, whichever one you want.
This one.
Okay, so right-click on it and choose style. Okay. Have you got up these?
Yes.
Okay, so what happens then is add a label. So in the left-hand column, click on the mini arrow in the label column field, and you choose what you want the label to be.
Status?
I would, yes.
Right.
Then in the second column, go wild, Phil. Make the text size 50. Choose a wildly fluorescent color. Choose a weird font. Choose a bright halo. Walk the halo size up. Generally sort of fool around, and you'll see what happens in the right-hand column in the preview. And then when you've done all that, in the third column, instead of just having a little circle or a point as a symbol, try using a triangle or a cross or a diamond or something, and just play around with the fill and the outline colors and vary the stroke, and just so that you can see what the effect is. And then click on save. Coming in?
I chose an icon. Now choose the symbol, do I?
No. if you're choosing an icon, then click on the thing that says, is it underscore red, something like that? The words in the middle one.
No, the icons are just coming up.
Okay.
So I need to choose one.
Yep.
There we go. Save that one.
Okay. So
yeah,
it works.
And the size, do I change the size? I can make it bigger if I want to.
Absolutely. Yeah. You can choose all sorts of things.
Okay.
Play around with it, Phil, to your heart's content.
Okay. So I've got status. I've got test color. I've got text size sorted. I'll center that rather than have it to the right of it.
Right.
I've chosen an icon. I've chosen the size. Save all of that now.
Yep. It should show up on your map. And
it certainly does.
Excellent.
Blow it up to what we've got.
So that was just a single class. What we're going to do now is play around with a class column. So bear with me a second.
We'll take that one off.
So when you go back into styling on your layer, right click in the layer, choose style, and this time make the style option class based. And then it let you select a class column.
Yes, done that.
Okay, so then it gives you the chance in the third column to make what changes you want to make to the status. What colors you want to use, what shapes. Go ahead and go wild, I would.
So I've got, this was called, I can put 2 in.
So what have you chosen as your class column? Left-hand side.
Left-hand side, it was my line.
Okay, so.
But it's, yes. And what I've got now, I've chosen the color. And it's given me 2 options. It's a sledge run that the children use. So I've got sledge run, and the other one is null when it's not working.
Well, no, null means there's no data. So there's only one choice on your line. It's just the sledge run.
Okay, right.
So it really isn't.
No.
It hasn't got enough features on it to differentiate between the two. You need several more features. It sounds like you've only got one line in there.
Okay, so I need to go back.
Well, you could nip quickly back into your layer and add a couple of features. Just a quick.
What's the quick way back into layer?
Yes. So
the quick way?
Come back out of style. So just cancel.
Yeah.
Then on your layer, right click and add feature, and just add another couple of quick lines. So, and call one. One was a sledge run, wasn't it? So you might call the other a dog run. And the third one, footpath or something.
Yeah.
Just let your imagination run free.
I can't get it. Why would it not let me change? I'm still getting null coming up on my test line.
How many lines have you now got on your layer?
1. I'm still on 1. I can't get rid of null. I want to change null.
Whoa. You're still in your style page by the sound of it.
Now I'm in the features editor.
Okay. Well, null doesn't come up in the feature editor.
It's come up as name in mine.
You've called it null?
No, not deliberately.
No.
How do I edit it?
I think, okay, click on the pencil, the top left.
I haven't even got a pencil. I've got an arrow, a rubber, and a U.
And you are in the feature editor.
Yeah.
And you do have a feature that's highlighted as opposed to it's asking for a new record.
No, it's highlighted.
So you've only got one path, haven't you?
Sorry?
You've only got, in your layer at the moment, you only have one path. You're on your line layer?
Actually, it looks more like a polygon. It's a field. It's a walk.
Okay. It's a walk.
Yeah. First test line. But it's a complete shape.
I'm with you. Okay. But you've only got the one record there. One line.
Yes.
So what I think you should be doing is adding a couple more so that you've got a choice of classes to paste on which line it is.
Right. Well, that's what I'm looking to do. So I've got Phil's test line, and I've got name says null.
It actually says no. Are you doing that on a computer I can see, or is it on the one I can't see?
No, you can. I can share it with you.
Okay, please do, because I'm slightly puzzled.
And I want to share now. So let's just move this out of the way. Why not? I'm not. Oh, right. I need to go back to Zoom.
Yeah, just go to the Zoom window.
And it's that one. Share. And then
That's looking good. Yep, that's good. Okay.
can you see that?
So yes, I can, but what you're doing, Phil, you're not. I don't think you haven't got a specific record selected. You're creating a new record.
Oh, right.
So that's what it's asking for. So you can just type in anything. No, that's good. You can just type anything you like in null.
Okay.
Or I'm not quite sure what your null is. Change that. Can you just click on the down arrow? It's very intriguing, isn't it? Because you don't have anything selected. Let's cancel out of there. So yes, click on there. Yeah, just go ahead and continue.
Yeah.
Right. So now you're in test line. Right click on your test line layer and add a feature. Good. Now we're in set. So now, whoa. Why is that? It's a required field got mixed up. Let's come out of there, Phil, please. Right. Go up to the cogwheel in the top right, where our photographs might be in the way at the moment, and click on administration. And then when layers pops up, we want to look for your line layer. So click on the test line layer.
Right click or left click?
Left click, just to highlight it. And now move up to your right-hand side where it says columns, click on the tab. Isn't that weird? That's very strange. Okay, well, could you please click on the required box for the name? Good. Now click on the save button, the yellow one up top.
The yellow one?
Up top, yellow button. Yep, just save it.
Save.
Yes, please. Okay, and it's saved them. Yep, good. Now let's go back to, just click on general for a second. So right-hand side, the general column. Go. So move up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Post test line there. Yeah, that all makes sense to me. All right, let's go back to the maps. Click on the global icon, top right. There we go. Yeah. That's right. So let's open your layers and choose your test line layer. And right click on it. And add a feature. Add feature. That's better. Now just type in your name, any old name. So the first one is the footpath, or John's path, whatever.
Yeah.
Perfect. Status is going to be useful because we need that for the labels. So not yet started, under construction, whatever you like. Yep, that'll do. Yeah. Now just move on to the map and actually put the path in. So remember, yeah, you need to start with a click, left click, and pull it along and just move it around till you get something. That's right. Just pull it down and yes, exactly. Now change direction with a click. Click, left click, and there we go. Yes, now perfect. And you can go back to where you started if you like, or just stop where you are and double click.
Yeah. Double click and it's
Good.
done.
So now please save. And we'll do it one more time. So this can be Fred's path. And the status will be something different. Choose finished, or maybe, yeah, complete's good.
Okay.
And you need to put him in, yes. So just, again, draw a line, the left click to start it, pull it around. Yep, left click to change direction whenever you feel like it. Left click. Good. Yeah, that's a much longer path. John is obviously less fit than Fred. Yeah. Save
Okay.
it. All right, save. All right, click on the X to close the feature editor. And on your layer, test line layer, right click and go into style. Okay, so now you're going to choose a class option. First box on the top left. Yep, go for class. The class column will name or status probably. That gives you 3 choices to proof of. Good.
Got label column.
Yeah, label column will be name, I would think.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And then you can just take that as it is if you wish, or you can change it, whatever you like. Yep.
That's the same text color.
Nice bright colors, right? Okay.
I can change the text color, can't I? I can put it up to.
You can change whatever you like.
Yeah, that's done. Didn't change color. I'm missing.
Oh, you have to click on the save down the bottom right.
Oh, it's hidden behind pictures.
Oh, was that a save? Was that a cancel? That was a cancel. So choose your color, save button.
Save.
On the cut, no, not that one. Not oops. So go back to click on the text color, Phil.
Yeah.
On that screen where you choose the color, it has its own little save button in the right. Don't go all the way bottom right, just to the bottom right of that little screen and click on save. There you go. Now it's changed.
Yes. Okay. And now
so you're going to have a text color. It's the same color as
background.
You're not yet started. Yeah. So it doesn't matter because it's a line. It doesn't matter. Irrelevant. Okay.
And then save it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Go back and have a look and see what it does. So now you've got each of your paths has got a label on it.
Yeah.
And the Fred's path and John's path are in different colors because Fred's is complete and John's is under construction.
Yes. Yes.
And your sledge run is also showing up. So, and that's in a third color as well. So perfect. Yeah. You're in good shape.
Yeah.
So that's the point of style, just to sort of highlight the differences between features on the same layer. So these are all 3 paths, but they're all in very different states of status. Okay. Just
to add a bit more grief to it, is it possible to rotate the writing so that it actually goes along the angle of the line?
I don't think I know any way to do that.
Okay.
No. It's always going to be horizontal. I see what you mean. There are many times you want the label to run along at an angle, isn't it? That's
as it does with the road. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. I'll have to ask. I'll ask about that. I've not. I mean, you can do it in Word, can't you? Yeah. And things you can sort of rotate text. So I'll have a go at asking whether we can do it from here. I think the answer is no, but I will check. Let me just come back to my screen and see what else we're supposed to be doing. No, we've actually done it. So we've reached the end of the formal session of training, Phil. You're very welcome to ask any questions you like and play around as you wish.
Well, I think I've got it. I've got a layer that's already got a label on it.
Good.
And I think what I need to do is edit it.
Yep. Well, you want to do that now?
Yes, I can try and do that now. Let's see if let's go back to share screen.
Yep.
That one. We'll leave those where they are for now, because the one I want to get to is here, and it's the public seating one.
Okay, so if you want to turn off your line layer, it'll make it simpler. Just go down.
Okay, turn the line layer off.
Good.
Right, and can you see where I've written wooden seat?
Yep, see that?
The colour, well, there must be a way. Let me see.
Yeah, you see, that's a weird name to call a column. I think you want to call the column something else and then put the metal seating as a feature to it.
Okay, so
Yeah, so you can go into class space by all means.
class space, and class column would be public seating.
I think there's no other choice. If you click on the down arrow, does it give you any other choices? I don't think it does.
No.
No. So I think we need to change the construction of your layer slightly.
Okay.
Because I don't think it quite reflects what you want it to be. So if you come out of there, just cancel out bottom right.
Yeah.
And if we now go up to administration again, top right corner, and let's take a look at your layer for public seating when it shows up.
So an additional one.
Yeah, no, just go into public seating.
Yeah.
Highlight it once, and now click on columns. Okay, so that was a very weird name to call a column. I think what you want to call it is material, say, or whatever, style, type.
I need to edit that.
You do. I don't think you can do it there.
Okay.
I'm just trying to remember when you can do it. What happens if you double click on that, on the metal seat? Nothing? No. Oh, I'm being very dense, Phil. I'm so sorry. Click on the pencil in the middle column. Yeah, because you want to edit it. There we go. Right. So this column title will be style or material or whatever you want to call it. Right. Yeah. Then when you add items to it, you go into the two items, the allowed values.
Right.
That doesn't quite make sense to me. You want one wants to be metal seat, the other wants to be wooden seat. Very good.
Okay.
Do you have plastic seats? No.
No.
Okay. Yep.
Actually, I'm going to put that in because we're thinking of buying one.
There you go. Yeah, RWI just put one in by Village Hall, and it's a very modern, multicolored plastic seat. I think it's wonderful. I'm very impressed. Yeah. Indeed. Yep, you're all set with that. You can save now down the bottom. You've got to save down the bottom right?
No.
Can't quite see where we. Oh, there must be something, Phil. I don't see all of your screen. I think you need to scroll down further because I think there must be a button that says save or finish or confirm. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Okay.
Absolutely. Now you need to go into the records you've got. So go back to your maps. and turn on your public seating layer. Right, you good, and click on any one of those seats you've got in place. Got quite a lot of them, haven't you?
Yeah.
So how about you go down to the one that's got the label on it, wooden seat. Click on that and click on the public seating in the left column. And ooh, that's interesting. If we click on the pencil, huh, that's very weird. You don't have a name. Oh, I know what it is. We didn't give a name to it. I beg your pardon. Let's go back to, sorry, Phil, my mistake. Let's go back to the administration layer again, top right corner. Yeah. Go into your public seating layer, just highlight it when it arrives. Good. And click on the pencil. Good. We need a name layer. So click on the plus on the right-hand side. No, keep going, that plus, yep. And let's fine, just leave it at that. If you like the name to come up first, you can just move it up with the right arrow. So click on the word name and then click on the right arrow, the arrow on the right to move it up to above material. See the arrow to your right? All the way, yep, down one. Well, that won't do. That's fine, that's okay, good, good, all done. All right, so now you can go ahead and scroll down to save it. Good. That makes more. And one more thing, sorry, we haven't finished yet.
Yeah.
Go into columns, please, top right. And make name required. Perfect. Okay, click on the save top yellow disk. Splendid. And then go back to the maps. Little icon. Now we're cooking. All right. So turn on your public seating layer. And then click on any of the dots. I take it each one of those is a bench. Oh, you know what we should do? We should put an icon of benches there, shouldn't we? Rather than those. That would be nice. So come back to your public seating layer on the left and right click in it. Go into style. And then change the symbol to icon. Good. Yep. Perfect. Click on the number blank red.
Click on that one.
Yep. Yep. That brings up all the icon choices.
Okay. Nothing's happening.
It isn't, is it? Well, I wonder if you got a, there we go. It's just a matter of speed.
Okay. Have we got
you can try typing in seat, Phil, or we can just scroll through and look for them, whichever you wish. But you know, seat may not be the right word. It might be bench. I don't know off the top of my head.
It's not active anyway. I can't get it.
Well, I think you've got a question of speed. You need to allow a little bit more time. Try clicking on this scroll down on the right.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Let's try that one.
Yeah.
We'll
and
look for that.
Hit enter. This is my concern about the search button. You've got to know the word to use, and I don't know the word to use. Well,
Yeah.
I can look it up.
Well, nothing's coming, so
yeah,
I'll try bench, and then we'll. They've just suddenly come up.
I like your Christmas decorations.
Yeah. I just remember that one.
Bench, maybe.
Yeah, it won't let me edit it yet.
It's a question of time, isn't it? There you go. You can be here for quite a long time. You might be better off clicking on the X and stopping it and starting again.
Yeah, because it's very, very slow and your
Yeah.
voice is breaking up as well.
Oh, right.
It says page unresponsive. Wait for it.
Yeah, I would just exit page.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Setting me right again now. Okay. I don't see anything there that looks like a
Well, scroll
bench.
down a little. And whilst you're doing that, I'm going to go through to my end and see if it's any faster.
Okay. Hypodermics.
Ideal, yes. Often what you find next to your benches, I'm sure.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Those are dog knives, daggers, even a whole array of daggers.
All right, so let me try and search for bench. Oh, it does work with bench, actually, Phil.
Oh, does it? Okay, let's have a look.
This BENCH works fine.
Yes, very quickly as well.
Okay.
There's only the one. It's a blue one.
No. I've got 5.
Oh, I've got a bench and I've got 4 settees.
Well, yes. What more do you want?
That's not making too possible. That's fine. Let's try the bench. And can I change the color of that?
Of course.
So I just
well, see the color you got, GM bench blue.
Yeah.
You may not have any other choices.
All right.
If that's the only GM bench, which I think it is now that I think about it.
Okay.
Sorry, you're stuck with blue.
That's okay. And obviously the preview there is showing me the background to the wording in this purple color.
Yes.
And that will be written across a blue icon.
Correct.
I can change the size of the icon.
You can.
Okay.
Bear in mind, you got a lot of them. There's going to be a lot of benches popping up on your scene now. But
yes.
Give it a try. Just see. I mean, that's what we're doing. We're just playing around.
Well, there they all are.
Okay, there they are. That's not so bad.
That's not so bad at all.
No. And you've got a lot more.
What about the background to the word wooden seat?
You got the purple background.
Yeah.
You don't like that?
I'd lighten that a bit.
Okay, so yep, go into style. There you go. Yep, you got the hang of this now. You need to be on that little save. There you go. Yep, good. Now you can. Now you see what color it is in the preview.
Even more gaudy. I can change the size of it, make it a bit smaller.
Certainly the halo, absolutely. You can go with no halo if you don't like that.
Yeah.
Go with no color for the halo color.
Yeah.
But that's quite good there. I quite like that because you've got just a little delicate outline.
So I'll save that.
Yeah. I wonder whether material is what you really want to show up there. Because you're probably going to be a name, isn't it? How you are, or maybe whichever. Will people look for these seats by name or by type?
I think in the winter by type, the metal ones get very, very cold.
They do, don't they? All right. So Out of interest, you've only got one that's got, only one of them has got any data in it by the look of it.
Right.
So if you click on any of the others, yep, go into it on public seating. Yeah, it doesn't have anything. So I would click on one of those.
Yeah, that one.
Click on the word name to bring it up. So click on public seating, go into name, either one of them. Yep. And now click on the pencil to edit it and give it a name.
Okay.
It could be just bench number 1. Make it simple.
Where does that go?
Whoa.
There.
Yes. Good.
No Foods one.
And it is wood.
No, that one isn't.
All right, so change that then. Good. Save. Okay. And do the same with the others.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can go around all of those.
Yeah, just make it change.
Click on that one, it should come up with.
No, that's the one you've just done.
Oh yeah, good.
Highlighted. Yeah, so click on one of the others. Yep, that's good. Click on public seating. There you go. Yep. Give it a name. Perfect. Okay, good.
Material is metal.
On a cricket square?
Well, it overlooks the cricket square.
Okay. Good. What you may want to do now that you've started doing these, is to change the style from being the material to being name.
Okay.
Label name. Sorry. So edit there. Yep. Good.
Change the name to.
Oh no, this name is just what you're giving this particular seat you're going to be working on.
So what would I put in there? Yes.
Well, just the name of the seat, or how you identify it in this case. Good. Give it a material. Whoops. Well, click on it again on the pencil. Public seating, pencil, and change the material. Oh, you've changed to a different no, that's fine. That's all right. Go ahead and save that one.
Yeah, metal seat.
But then the
doesn't say its name, does it?
No, because you haven't done that in the style. So click out of there with the X on the top of the column. Go into right-click in public seating and make it style. Go into the style and make your label column third one down on the left. On the left, yep, third one down, go up a bit. That one, change that to name. And now save on that.
Yes.
Now the names are showing up. Good.
Yeah.
Excellent. So we made some substantial progress.
Yeah. I've got work to do on that now.
That's always the trouble with this system. Once you get started, you go stop. Well, there's a wonderful bus stop icon you can use, so I would change that. So turn off the public seating one just so you don't get confused, and right-click on the bus stop one and select style. Right-click on the bus stop, style, and then instead of a symbol, in the third column, way across the right, third column, click on symbol and change it to icon. No, next symbol, sorry, bottom, that one there, yep. Click on that icon, click on number blank red. And this is where we slow down a little bit. waiting for the system to
Turn,
play.
or is there a way I can do them all at the same time?
Well, you are doing them all at the same time. Now, you see that there's a wonderful selection of bus stops there.
Right. Well, that would make sense to use that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or that one.
Yep.
Actually, if I was really clever, I could do those stops that are outgoing to town and those that are dropping off coming back from town.
There you go.
So we'll do that one for now then, and then save it.
Yep. And now you can go and have a look at it. And there it is, a bus stop down on Hedgefield Road.
Yes, it is.
Now, you may want to make it a bit bigger because that doesn't look too obvious to me.
No. So click on it.
No. Go back to change the, that one there to right click, style. Yep, good. And now what that size up. Yep, there you go. Perfect. You got the hang of this.
That's better.
Much more better, yes.
Yeah. Yes.
And you'll notice that the other one off to the right has changed as well.
Yes.
Which is great.
And if I take the full bus route.
Yeah.
And one thing that I did notice when I went into maps the other day, I've actually seen, let me just show you. Oh yeah, here it is, it's here. These houses here, being occupied. They've just been handed over by the builder.
Right.
But I can't understand why some are like this and some are like this. I'm assuming these are the ones that are not yet completed.
At least as far as the supply of this layer is concerned. That layer comes straight from Ordnance Survey. So that's the latest information Ordnance Survey has. And
the roads are all laid and made up and landscaped now.
Well, come back in 60 days, Phil, and it should have changed.
Yeah.
The Ordnance Survey can only give you the information that they've been given by the local planning authority. So it's probably a district council, isn't it? Your local district council is.
Yeah, this is Thomas Morgan.
Right. Well, this is why he was concerned about being out of date.
Yeah. And this part here, they're just about to break ground on that.
Oh, good. What, for more houses?
Yeah, it was going to be 90. It's now going to be 63.
Wow.
This was supposedly 49 mixed housing, and they are now all affordable. And in this area here, there's a supermarket.
Whoa.
So the road goes in that way to the supermarket and continues that way into the new development around here.
Okay.
And then the third phase is the whole of this area here, which is going to be 130 odd.
Right. Well, I think it'd be a good idea to mark those out so that you know what's coming.
Okay, just use a polygon, mark it out.
Exactly, and then just say phase 2, phase 3.
Yeah. And these are pylons. I'm going to reduce a bit because at the moment, without these in here, they've disappeared again now. We're 820 households.
Blimey.
Including the outliers.
Wow.
And now they've just built 300 in here.
Good Lord, really?
Yeah.
You really are growing. Blimey.
Here is 260. This is susceptible to flooding, so they're not building there. So that's another 560 on top of the 270 here. God. These are all next 5 years. And then wait for it. Development's called Rectory Farm. And they're not going quite to the A1. They're going about this far. And in here, within our parish, there's another 900.
Oh, my Lord. It's going to change the nature of the parish completely.
Well, yes, you see, but cheeky Grantham, we found out, who want to get this town council and morality set up, are trying to claim that everything that is to the east of the A1
is theirs.
Grantham. And we said, just a minute, that's not going to happen.
They want all the council tax, the precept from those 900 houses.
The 60 of these are already occupied and they've paid their council tax to Grantham. So I said, well, okay, it's not unreasonable. It's only early May. you can rebill every household in Barrowby and rebill to precept, because these are clearly paying too much. And if they were paying towards our precept, everybody in here would get a discount as well.
Yes, good for
Oh,
you.
no, can't possibly do that. It's too expensive. So I said, as a gesture of goodwill and admission of your fault, I think you ought to make a contribution, an ad hoc one-off payment towards the cost of a notice board, Barrowby Parish Council notice board to go in here. Deathly silence, nothing. They don't want to do anything that admits that's part of Barrowby, because I know full well that come the Boundary Commission review, they're going to try and seize all this.
Unbelievable.
We will be petitioning the Barrowby Commission to make sure they don't.
How extraordinary. You're living a very active life, Phil.
Mm.
I've got another appointment I need to run to.
That's okay. Thanks very much for your time.
I enjoyed the session. Congratulations.
Yeah.
We're making progress. Well done. Good luck.
Okay.
See you
Bye-bye.
next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good weekend.